Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to MineMogul. We start off where we left off pretty much. I have a whole bunch of quests that I have queued up and we're doing well in getting to them. Gold is going okay except for the gold rods. We'll figure that out because we already have all the ingots, so I could do a little diversion and there's a new piece of conveyor that I could use for that. I need to finish off the Master of Slag and I think I might be able to do that manually, because I don't think we need slag ingots or slag rods after this. And I suppose I could up production a bit here and there. Obviously we need to finish up with setting up the iron because there's a big iron quest coming up. So we want to get that sorted out. Anyway, there's a lot to do. Let's get stuck in. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this. So this is a routing conveyor. And as you can see, it is basically like a splitter, except you can decide which direction it's going to go. So if you press F, you can switch direction. Now everything will go straight on. And if you switch direction again, everything will be turned to go in this direction. I'm going to pack this up because I think I might use it. So pack and take. Good, we got that. I'm going to probably grab a couple of these. Now the reason that I'm going to be using the other miners is because we need 8 of these broken bits. Now I have 1 that I found, and I suppose I could just go and drop that in. There's no point in having it here, so that's in. And there we have 1 out of 8. And I think I'm right, but I think I needed another one. Anyway, we do need to do some shopping. So I'm going to grab another rapid auto miner, purchase that. Conveyors. I'm going to need a few more of those, so let's grab a bunch. Yeah, hopefully that's enough. So purchase that. Do I have any more sorters? I do. I've got plenty because we're going to need that too. All right, well, let's head out. We're going to go to the new little area that I found where there's some more gold and there's also a bunch of coal. I'd like to get that coal. Anyway, so this is our gold belt bringing our gold from that secret area. And we have this area over here. Now this one is going to give us gold and crushed gold. So that's an easy one. Oh, geez, and I forgot to pick up everything from the elevator. Awesome. That's all right. I'll go and fetch it when I run out. This is the right line. Rotate that. Ramp that down. I need to go 1 further out. Looks like my bends are finished. And then we're just going to basically run this belt all the way to connect up to that gold line. And with the last couple of pieces, it is done. And I think that is good. So let's switch this one on and let it run. So that'll just add in. Now another thing I wanted to try was to take a belt all the way through. I'm just checking to see that I can get a belt all the way through this way, because I'm going to take that out, and it's a long belt. It's a long way. I'm going to bring that out and I'm going to connect it to my existing system to bring me lots of coal. Alright, so that I know at least I can get that done. I will need some more conveyor belt though. Let's just check what this miner over here provided. This was iron, okay. I might still bring that in. And then I have 2 auto miners over here. One is iron and coal and the other one is just coal. Alright, and we're going to need to bring in the bits. See, this one fell out, that's fine. Now, I suppose there are other ways that we can take this through. Yeah, there's the gold belt. I could bring it around, I suppose, have it come through here and then like link up with the outbound gold products. And yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. Yeah, it may just create a bit of a mess. So I'm just going to pick up everything that I dropped off over here. I'm going to grab a couple of the drill bits. And how much space do I have? I've still got a bit. Yeah, these bits don't stack. So I'll take a few. Alright, so I have everything that can go in there. Where's that other auto miner? Wait, I did order another one, right? Oh yeah, it's already down here. Good. So let's get this coal sorted out, shall we? And I'm going to bring that coal through. In fact, I think I'll just bring the iron through as well. Yeah, why not? Alright, so I'll put this auto miner onto the iron. So this is going to be coal and iron. And this belt is going to take me a little while to build because it's a really, really long way. I'm going to have to go and do some more shopping, I think. And I'm out of straight belts. Right, so let's have a look at how this line runs. It goes next to this gold belt, And it takes a little bit of ducking to get through, and we will get there eventually. So that belt is going to come through from this side. It's going to connect these 3 very fast auto miners, and they are going to come through and they're going to deliver to the main hall. So I need to head back and go and place some orders. Right, now I've got all of those conveyors done, so I'll pick them up. And I'm not immediately going to go and install them, because there are a couple other things that I'd like to do now that you've seen my plan to bring all of those things through into this line. What I want to do is I want to go to my gold processing area, because we have finished with the gold ingots. We need the gold rods. So what I'm going to do here, and I hope it's going to work, but I'm going to take out this junction and I'm going to put in this one, rotate it like that. Oh no, that's wrong. Well, I suppose it can work. No, not really. No, definitely not the right thing. But I mean, for now, it's working. I'm getting the ingots through to the rods. That's fine. That's fine. We'll leave it like that. If it works, it works. Don't mess with things that work. The other thing I want to do is I want to try and sort out that small amount of slag, rod, and ingot that I need. And that should be pretty easy. For that, I need to get up top. And it's a little tricky because I removed all my platforms. But if I hop over here and I go and stand in front of these baskets, if I press F and toggle, oh bugger, it opens the wrong way. That's fine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab a piece of coal, so that piece there, and I'm going to drop that into the copper basket, and I'm just going to leave that open for now. So that's going to send copper and coal through, and we are going to get these slag ingots. Yeah. Now those are going to come through here because they're not being, oh, they're going through the right way. Okay, so these are, they're being diverted, so they're going to come through this way and they're going to go into the pipe maker. Excellent. That is our, sorry, the rod maker. That is our slag rods. And there's one. Very good. So we'll be finished with those in a second. Then I can remove this rod maker and just put a belt through to deal with the slag ingots. And that, I think, that's the end of those, right? Yeah, slag rods are done. So let's take that out and get the belts in, and those will be the slag ingots coming through, and they will be finished in a jiffy. Cool, we'll leave that running. All we have to do now is break a few drill bits. So let's go and do that. And that means getting this conveyor all the way out of this place and going down there. And here we are. So for now, just take that out and turn it. For now, this is going to come through this way, and I'm going to snooker myself eventually if I'm not careful. Yeah, we'll bring that through there, and that, with a few straight bits, should take us all the way to the spin there. Okay, so that's sorted. Well, I'll just have to connect those miners up. Man, this is a long conveyor, and there's lots of hopping and ducking to get through. It's very tight. And if you got claustrophobia like somebody in my comments, I do apologize. Look, bigger place. So I was going to do something here, changed my mind. Anyway, nothing's stopping us from connecting these machines up. That means I can take some of this out, bring this belt out, and I'll just follow the railway line. Keep that trend going. A ramp up. That one goes straight over to here, and then this one will come out. I think I'm going to come out this way. Yeah, that'll be good. Turn it over here, just like that. Ooh, and I'm running out of belts again. I'm not going to have enough to finish this. And that goes into there, and now a straight merge conveyor right there. So that's 2 of them connected up. The last one is over here, and I'll need another straight merge right in over here. So I get that out and put this one, rotate, just like that. And let's see if these 3 pieces will allow me to get anywhere. So rotate that in, that, and I need this one to connect. Perfect. And I have 1 straight conveyor belt left. Cool. Well, now we can put drill bits in, and I think they automatically switch on once you put the bit in. So if, wait, is there one in there already? It's telling me to eject it. Oh, okay. I had it in my hand, I just had to point and click. Okay, so that's happening. It's going to send some stuff out. we'll deal with what happens to that stuff in a bit. So put this one, turn on. Oh, this bit is not in. I'll do this bit, and then pick up this one, and that can go in over here, just like that. Good. So now these bits have to break, and I have to break a bunch of them so that I can finish that task. So last time we need the broken bits, but heck, a lot of stuff comes out here. So that's pretty cool. Man, that is a lot of stuff. Anyway, right now that is all heading out on this belt, and we'll just keep an eye on it, make sure that I don't have any belts switched around. And while I'm waiting for that to arrive, we did finish a quest. So let's have a look at which one we finished. It was the Master of Iron. Awesome. That means we could probably get started on this one. The Iron Mogul. Do I want to? Yeah, of course I do. Why not? Let's do it. So I'm waiting for the Master of Slag and then the Master of Gold. Gold is on its way, but the iron is not set up properly. So we're going to have to do work on that. I don't need any more of that slag, so I can take that piece of coal out of here. I can reach it. There. Okay. And I don't know, we'll toss this somewhere. Right there. Oops. And just close that lid. I am going to stop the copper coming through here soon. There's copper coming through from one little mine. We don't need that anymore. In fact, I am going to do that now, because there's not much else that I can do. We are waiting for the rods to get done. They're happening. The plates are getting done on the gold. Look at all that iron that I'm wasting. Yep, I need to fix that. So the iron will have to get split. That is going to need to be sent up somewhere. That means I'm going to have to turn... I think I'm going to have to turn everything off before I can do that. Because when I start messing around here, it's going to make a lot of mess. I'm going to start off over here. This miner I'm going to be doing away with. It's got lots of coal, but it's also got copper, and that's going to mess things up. And I don't feel like rerouting the copper somewhere else. So that is gone. And get rid of all of this. It'll clear some space over on this side that I'm probably not going to do anything with right now. And just until all this copper is cleared, I'm going to let this iron carry on coming through. Now I'll do the iron ingots and the iron pipes and get the numbers up on those. Would like to get the iron pipes done as quickly as possible. They are a bit of a pain. But I think for now, this belt should be empty. So I'm going to whip all of these conveyors out. Okay. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay. One more straight bit. There. And then I'm going to have to try a jump trick to get that. Oh, damn it. Right, had to climb up, but I got here. And there is one more piece that needs to be removed, and that's that one. Gone. Alright, I reckon the copper is out of that system already. I'm going to leave things to run just for a little bit longer. I want to get a few more of those iron pipes and iron ingots through the system. And let's go and see if we have any broken drill bits yet. Aha! It looks like we have one. Wait, what happened here? Where's the bit? So, eject drill bit. Where did it go? Wait, this is a scam, dude. Where's the drill bit? See if I can use this thing to find it. Huh. Well, that was strange. Did I take it out by mistake or something? Pretty sure I had it in there. Oh, those other two also not working. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, I don't see any drill bit there. So, eject drill bit. Is that... Wait, hold on. Does that mean that I have broken drill bits in my inventory? No, I don't. So where the heck are they? That's not very cool. And how about this one? Nothing here either. F, eject drill bit. Well, how the heck am I supposed to get the broken drill bits if I can't get them from here? Okay, well, we'll put another one in and see. Yeah, that's gonna suck. And having to come back and replenish them, these are definitely going to change to the other miners as soon as I can. Jeepers, man, that's not cool. I mean, is it possible that they flew out and they're somewhere else? No idea. Yeah, they are definitely not here. Huh. Wait, hang on a second. It looks like they take the conveyor back. Oh, is that how it works? So once they're broken, they hop on the conveyor. I see. Because now we're up to 3. I think I had 1. That means that there should be another one somewhere on the conveyor going through. And it should be very close. Ah, yeah, there you go. Number 4 is through. Wait, number 5 is through? Where did that come from? Okay, well, that's fine. I accept. 7? Holy cow. Where are all these broken conveyor bits coming from? Alright, I'm stumped. Right, these are still working, so I don't know. Totally stumped. But as soon as that hits 8, I am switching these out. Do I have others? I've got 2. Got 2 of the other miners. I mean, these are nice and fast, but honestly, I don't know if they're worth the hassle of having to replace drill bits. No, this is still going. This will be the first one to stop working. So I'll head back. Let's go and see what we can do. Yeah, and maybe I can tidy up these belts as well. Have them a little bit neater. Although this doesn't look terribly bad. I'm going to throw one of these. I'm going to throw one of the new drill bits in and see what happens. Nope, it just disappears. Yep, gone forever. Alright, well, we won't do that again. They're expensive. So in preparation, let's just go and get one more of these. I'm probably going to need more conveyors. I'm out of straight ones again. I might not need that many, but I'm going to take them. Purchase. And what the heck happened there? Huh. Okay, I must have pushed a button. Good, and I did get everything out. Right, somebody mentioned that if you put crushed ore through a crusher, the crushed ore disappears. So I want to test this. So I'm going to put a piece of crushed ore down here. I'll grab a crusher and put it over there. I'll pick up this little piece of crushed ore, jump up onto this, and throw it in there. Nope. And drop it. Oh, gosh, darn it. Okay, try that again. I don't know why it seems to be wanting to go this way. Drop it in. No, it doesn't destroy it. So crushed ore goes into a crusher and it just comes out as crushed ore. So no issues there. Oh, I heard that. Does that mean this guy is finished? It is. So it's going. Now, do I need extra space for the big one? Well, yes. So we'll take that out. Big miner in, and that can just do its thing. This one's also finished. So same thing. We'll take that down, that one also just ended. Put that in. If I eject drill bit, I didn't do that on the other 2. Alright, well, we'll see if we actually finish that. But in the meantime, should I put another one in here? Is that going to do something? Yeah, we'll put it in and we'll see. It's weird because you don't see them on the belt. And those 3 broke and nothing is updated. Alright, it's a bit odd. Not quite sure about that mechanic. That quest is finished. Good. So, let's go and get the coal mogul thing. Activate. And now we are collecting coal. We still have to do the crushed coal, but we'll get there. Once I've got everything organized, we'll split the coal and send some to a crusher. Look at that, I'm a millionaire. That's pretty cool. You know, I feel like there's not a lot coming through from the gold. I see. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. It's coming now. It comes in spurts. Right, I am going to run this until I've finished the gold rods, which is not too far away. And then I'm going to switch everything off and I'm going to redo this room. Right, we need 9 more gold rods. There should be enough on the belts to be able to get that done. So let's turn off all auto miners. And we're just going to let everything run until the belts are empty. Look at that. We finished another quest, so not to waste. Let's hop in and we'll go to the Gold Mogul and activate that quest. And now we are in the big time. Now most of the ore is through, so I'm going to do this. And pick that up and toss it over there. It's not broken yet. And we're going to replace this with the ordinary miner and make sure that that is turned off. And that can get tossed because I don't really care. I don't see any more gold stuff coming through. That was the last of it. Does look like these are the last 2 bits of gold stuff to come through. So we'll let those drop off. And then I'm going to do the big purge. And that means going in here and going clear physics or objects. Because there are currently 1,016 and they are literally just lying around. So, clear. You get a warning. Are you sure you want to remove all the physics objects? This will remove all resources from conveyor belts, the ground, and any undiscovered secret hidden areas. Oh man, do I want to do that? Well, I think I found all the hidden areas, so meh, what the heck. The only objects that will remain are objects inside sorter filter baskets. Well, that's good. Alright, let's just do it. Good. My factory is clean. I go back in here. There are 19 active objects. Okay. So, here we go. Pull out that hammer and start getting rid of all of this. Okay, we'll leave, do we leave these here? I suppose we do. That's what the objects are. Okay, so there's the 2 slag things. And I'll just sort of keep clearing this out. And I'm just going to clear till there because we're probably still going to use this setup. I'm not sure I know of any reason why I should move that. Unless I do that over here. I don't know if the ceiling is high enough on this side. It is over here, but I mean, this is where I live. So, nope, not going to do that. Let's have a look at what we've got here. There's potential for a splitter. This can go. We don't have any more coal coming through here. So, yeah, let's get rid of that and that and that. And we're going to need to put a belt in over here. Hang on, what was this for? Oh, this was for gold. Yep, we don't need this either. So, get rid of that and that and that. That means we can get rid of these. And I think the coal will then move over. No, the coal can stay there. For now. Okay, put that in there. Alright, well, that's already cleared a fair bit of space. We'll take out some belts over here as well. Man, I'll take these belts out and the belts are just replaced with flippin' support poles from above. Gosh, do I need this? Probably not. No, it's out. Let's get rid of that. Now, I have a bigger area over here that I want to work with. But I first need to make sure that I bring this iron from this side up somewhere. Now, it would have been nice if I could have tied into this, but this is immediately going into a ramp. It's possible. I end up blocking myself again. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. You know, there probably is, but it would have been better if I'd done that when I first built this facility. I could bring... Oh, yeah. I could use this connection. Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to do that. I could tie into this. This... Oh, yeah. All right, let's do that. I'm going to clear this, and once again, it just drops obstructions in front of me, so I'll take those out, and that will have to get sorted out. But if I bring this out like that, and then I ramp this up, so do that and that. Okay, this is looking positive. Straight belt there, and come on, let me put another one in there. I might need to adjust this little piece here slightly. Oh, this thing's in my way as well. Yeah, I could do this. Take that out. Get ourselves a straight merge conveyor like that, and then this will be a bend like that. Okay, so that's going to take the iron up. Then down there, I want to keep some... I want to do the coal. I want to do coal over here. So this little space over here will be coal. I will split coal. Let me see. There's another coal line coming through, and I can just really drop that. I don't need it all the way up here. So let's first get this done. So we're going to take that one out, and then we're going to put a sorter basket right in there, but then do that. And then we're going to need to pick up... Oh gosh. We need to pick up some iron and crushed iron. Maybe if I'm lucky. Okay, there's iron. Actually, I'll just pick them both up, because we're going to have a crusher put down over on this side somewhere. So let's just put this crusher up over here. And then take one of these pieces and drop it in. And there we go. So we'll grab a piece of crushed iron and swing it in. There we go, that's in. And then the normal iron ore, and that's in. And I have the basket top. We'll rotate it to go like that. And then toggle that closed. Good. So that's going to bring iron through here. Right like that. Okay. Now we have this belt, which is a little bit of a problem. So that is bringing iron ore. Where is this coming from? Okay, that's the gold. Yeah, this is the line that takes the coal out in that direction. So we don't really need it to be there. It's going to be at a higher level, but then there's this that drops coal down over here. That's fine. We can do that. And then I'll take this. We literally need to have it here, and that can go around this corner like that. And that plugs in. Oh, no, not there. We need to turn this and then turn it again that way. Oh, wait. This one was the problem. I don't think it's a problem. No, it's not, but I am really restricting my movements around here. Yeah, these are the gems. That's not ideal. So if I put this down over here and do that, so that will send any iron ore that way, and it'll send the coal. Now I'm going to need a chute to come down here. What was this for? Oh, right. This was the coal. Coal and gems. So let's take that out. This is definitely going to free up the space quite a lot. Yeah. Yeah, that's already looking a little better. So I don't really need this over here. I need it to come around the corner. Couldn't go any further that way, so I'll come around that way and that way. Oh, that's good. And it's right over this line now. So build it out a little. Now those are polished gems, so they're already coming out pretty much correctly. Let's have a look at that. So they don't need to go into any crushes. In fact, I could put them into here. All right. I could put it into one of these finished lines. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Let's divert them. So we'll take that piece out, ramp this up, and then... Wait a minute. Why is that going that way? What is that? Oh, it's that line. I see. Nope, I connected to the wrong one. I actually need to go straight through, I think. Is that straight through? I think it might be. But man, it's going to be tough to get in there. Ooh, wow. It is. Okay, take that out. Get one of these in. Just like that. That's the gems from the iron area sorted. Yeah, somewhat out of the way. Yeah, it's still very messy. And I do have a little piece I have to clean up over there. I'll just use my belts and climb up. No, pretty tricky to get around up here. Okay, so we'll take that one out. We'll take that one out. This gets replaced with a straight one. Okay, so that comes in. That all goes over to there. I need to replace a piece over here. So we'll take that out, and this is just a normal straight bend. All right, well, I think I've got all the iron stuff under control now. And this area is still a heck of a mess, but better than it was. And somewhere over here, we're going to need to do a split so that we can get coal and crushed coal onto the belt. So if I do that over here, and yes, I'm afraid I'm going to have to use the splitter. So let's break that one out and put a splitter in like that. Rotate that around and bring that in. Oh, crud. This has to be elevated. I'm just going to fiddle around and see if I can figure out how I can make this work. Right, I think I've got it. I've just shifted this in a little bit, and now I can make things somewhat neater. I don't like that this conveyor pole is in the middle. I'm not sure what kind of impact that will have, but hey, it's one of those things. So we'll raise that up. We're going to have to remove this because we have to raise it up again because there are no conveyor lifts. Then get the crusher, and I want the crusher to come out on this side. All right, and then this will plug into here. I will remove that piece, and there's another pole right in the middle that doesn't get removed by the merger, or does it? Let's see. We're going to need to flip that. Oh, it does. So it's just the splitter that the pole doesn't get removed. Wonder if I can just do that manually. Let me go up there. All right, so it's this one, and if I put it in again, now the pole's not there. Actually, the pole is still there. No, it's not. Now there's no pole. Okay, good. Well, that fixed that. Good, so that sorts out the coal. The only thing I need to do now is the iron. And that means various splitters and machines. So I'm going to bring this belt out this way. We'll bring it to about there. And then I'm going to try and split things. Let's see, where am I going to put this? I'll get one over here. And then those will split. Yeah, we'll put one over there. Oh, gosh. Is this going to fit? It will. Okay. And one over here. So we'll do that and that and that and that. And I'm blocking myself on space. So that goes in there. That would go in there and that. So now I'm splitting basically 4 ways. One of them will need to be ingots. And you know what? This is too far out. I just removed the straight lengths. I'm going to give myself a little bit more space. And this will come out here and there. And then we'll have an output around there. And this one I might just swing back because I think that's going to be the ingots. And we're going to raise that up. So I'll put one in just to remind myself what I was going to do there. And I'm thinking I'll put the rod extruder in here first. This one. And, oh, come on, why? because of a rock. Is it? It appears to be. Are you kidding? Man, it was the perfect flippin' position. Alright, let's try the rolling mill because it is a little bit less long. It's going to be the same problem, right? It wouldn't even... yeah, it would fit in here. Okay. So we're going to move things over by one. And then this can go here. Put the bends in there and put that one in over there. Then we can take the pipe maker and then that will go this way. And I might just use these conveyors for a bit. Oh, fudge. They don't turn. Okay, now I'm just going to delete this. And we'll make that turn into there. Then we'll get the crusher and we'll put that over there. And that can just fall onto that belt. Fine. And then we can put that in and rotate. Oh, hold on a second. We've still got to put the rolling mill in. The rolling mill's shorter, so that shouldn't be a problem. Right, so that goes in like that. You can put this through and I want to try that new thing. We have lots of tickets available. Going to have a look at our research. There's the robot grabber, but there's the experimental stuff, and that has a roller conveyor corner. May not work as intended. Well, what the heck. And we've got this robot arm grabber. Grabs one item at a time, whatever that means. We'll research that. So everything now is researched. Cool. Go in here. Dev test. Roller conveyor corner. Add to cart. Purchase. And we'll pick it up. So there it is. And it's a 2x2. So it's not small. But we do that. Could work. Alright, that means I can put this one in here. Have I left enough space for myself to do another rolling mill that goes straight into a pipe maker? So, rolling mill over here. Good. Connected. And the big test is the pipe maker. And we can't flip this one around. Oh, shh. Move it. The one machine I want to be able to flip around and I can't. But that's okay. We'll do this. Hopefully this works. Oh, wait. We can't do that. Gonna need to move this over to there. Nope. Wrong place again. Looks like that's the spot for it. And we can do that. And then that would go in there. Huh. Okay, that should do everything that we need for the iron. I could expand this, I suppose. I don't think I've cleaned the ingots yet. Hold on. One moment. So the ingots will still go through. I'm going to whip those around and go over the top into the bin somewhere over here. So let's get the ingot polishing done. We'll do that over here. So take our two pieces, get the polishing thing, and put that in there. And then this piece of belt, and I need to set it up so I'm giving myself a little bit of extra headroom, and then double back this way. Okay, and then straight belts all the way. Oh, have I got the line right? No, not really. I'm going to have to turn, and that is probably the best place to do it. Rotate that, and then a couple more straight bits, and we are in. I wonder if that's the best place for it. You know what? It might not be, because things are going to fall off if they bump into it. It could bump things off it could bump things in mid-air. That might not be the best thing. Let's go one further out in this direction before we turn in. And that is it. Now, I don't think there's really anything else that I need to do. And I have blocked myself in anyway. Alright, I can jump over these. I'm going to go down to the latest iron and coal spot. Just make sure that I did change that miner. I think I did, but it was a while back. And my memory's awesome. Yeah, look at that. I did change it. Congratulations to me. So, it's time. Let's just start up and we'll handle the issues. Turn on all auto miners. They are on. Everything is ramping up. And now we wait. So the first iron is coming through. It's heading up to the top. And I see our first iron ingots are hitting it. We have to keep an eye on this piece. Right now, it's doing what the gold did. It's got that bad timing where everything sort of goes in one direction. Wait. Well, I suppose it'll sort itself out as more ingots start coming through. Yeah. As long as we're getting everything through. I mean, right now we're not going to get gold ingots. I need to fix that issue up. But this does all appear to be working. The iron is ramping up. We're getting more and more in. The ingots are coming through much faster. Yeah, much better. And when those other miners arrive, those ones, hopefully they do. Yep, here they come. that will go even faster. As long as it doesn't go too fast, because then I'm going to need to split things up and do another setup like this. Alright, we aren't having any problems with this coal falling out of here, although I could probably just make sure of that. So we'll pop a top chute on, and then just a bottom chute. Do I do the bottom chute? Maybe I need more chutes. Right now this seems to work, so maybe not. Alright, still keeping a close eye. Oh, it's getting very tight. Look at that. Yep, I'm going to have to keep a close eye on this. Yeah, there's a little bit too much iron coming through for one smelter. Yeah, I thought this might be a problem. That is not great, because it is eventually going to spill over and cause a problem. We could be making iron bars a lot faster. So, that's going to need a bit of rework. Let's see what we would need to do. I think we probably need to split this line, come through to another smelter. I think for now, I'm going to turn off a couple of these just to slow things down a little bit. In fact, it's going to be 3 of them. We're going to slow that down just a spot. And hopefully that rectifies the situation. But that gives us a challenge for the next one. So if you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts, and if there's any good way to do this. I do have a bit of space, so I mean I could split it somewhere up there. Let one belt come through, let the other one come through, and sort of turn it over here. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. It'll be interesting to try and solve this problem. But it looks like, okay, it's not too bad. We'll see what the impact is of switching those 3 off. Maybe I just reroute these 3 to go somewhere completely different. We'll see how we work that out. Anyway, hopefully in the next episode we can sort out a trophy. Everything here is working. Gold is coming through. Well, the plates and the rods. I saw a plate go down. I don't see a lot of plates coming through. Alright, well, we're going to have to check that out. Yeah, I have to fix up the gold. We'll sort that out. But in the meantime, all of this appears to be working. We are not getting much through. Yeah, we are definitely not getting much through to the pipe side. And why are there no rods? Because we're not getting any through to the rod side either, because they're just dodging those splitters. Man, I don't like this. Yeah, it's just the timing of them coming through. This moves. If your smelter's running at an exact speed, it's the perfect timing for these swings. They will absolutely miss every second one. So you can't split and split because it just doesn't work. So right now I am getting 0 rods. Maybe that is something that I can do with another smelter and have that on a separate system completely. Because it doesn't look like I'm getting pipes either. Yeah, the timing is just off. Well, that's a pain. This looks like it's cleared itself up. Anyway, we'll tackle that in the next one. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!